Hello, Peacestock, Veterans for Peace, and those of you who are honorees and founding members of the U.S. Peace Memorial Foundation. Thank you, Bill, for giving me a few moments to speak about the mission of the U.S. Peace Memorial to honor Americans who've had the courage to speak out against war and to propose peaceful alternatives to war. Our mission is to change the U.S. war culture. In my lifetime, the U.S. has invaded more than 30 countries, killing millions of people, wounding tens of millions, and making refugees of even more. We have a culture of war in the United States, and those who speak out against war or for peaceful alternatives to war are often labeled unpatriotic, traitors, un-American, and anti-military. There are consequences, sometimes severe emotional, financial, and personal consequences of opposing war in the United States. One reason we have so many wars is because few Americans have the courage to speak out. The purpose of the U.S. Peace Memorial Foundation is to honor, document, recognize, and move forward as role models those organizations and individuals who have the courage to speak up against war and to stand for peace. So the U.S. Peace Memorial Foundation has three projects: the U.S. Peace Registry, the U.S. Peace Prize, and the U.S. Peace Memorial as a national monument in Washington, D.C. The U.S. Peace Registry is a document, a publication currently online that will be published soon as a book. You can see it at uspeacememorial.org. Just click on Registry. There's an individual section and an organization section, and many of you here today are already included. I hope that those of you who are not will consider documenting what you've done for peace in the U.S. Peace Registry. There is an application at the beginning of the registry, and I hope that you will consider filling it out and joining us in the registry. Our second project is the awarding of the annual U.S. Peace Prize. We've awarded this prize for the past 10 years. Previous recipients are Cindy Sheehan, Dennis Kucinich, Noam Chomsky, Medea Benjamin, Chelsea Manning, Kathy Kelly, Code Pink, Veterans for Peace, David Swanson, and your guest speaker today, the Honorable Ann Wright. This year, 2019, we have 10 very qualified, strong candidates, nominees for the U.S. Peace Prize, and we'll announce the winner later in the year. The third project is to build the U.S. Peace Memorial as a national monument in Washington, D.C. In order to change our war culture, we have to convince Americans that it's socially acceptable to speak out against war. We're going to do that by covering the monument with quotations from famous Americans. They'll be surprised by the strong anti-war content of people that they've known and read about. There'll be quotations from American presidents, historical figures such as Benjamin Franklin, Helen Keller, Margaret Mead, Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., Muhammad Ali, Albert Einstein, and other Americans. And we hope by including these quotations that young people and international visitors and others will understand that we have a long history of speaking out against war and that it is socially acceptable. The monument will also provide access to information about the actions, the anti-war actions of those who have been honored with the U.S. Peace Prize and those who are honored by being included in the U.S. Peace Registry. There will be details about their specific anti-war actions, and we think in the end we'll have identified 300 to 400 specific behaviors that people have engaged in this country to oppose war. We will elevate these people to role models by including them in the national monument. Building a national monument is a very expensive process. In fact, awarding the annual Peace Prize and editing the U.S. Peace Registry takes resources. We have founding members, and I hope that many of you will join us as founding members. You can learn about what it means to be a founding member by going to uspeacememorial.org, our website, clicking on donors, and learning about that. Once we have 1,000 founding members, and we're currently at about 360, we will go public with our project, with our plans to build the U.S. Peace Memorial. Till that time, we're involved in fundraising and documenting what Americans have done to oppose war. I hope that you have a successful conference. Thank you very much for listening to me, and please join us, be involved, complete an application to be considered for the U.S. Peace Registry, and if you're so inclined, please contact me at Knox at uspeacememorial.org so that we can discuss how you might get more involved in our project. Thank you very much.